As the bright moonlight continues throughout the whole entire month of October, more zombies have been found. Shiranui Solitaire. Level 4 Fire, 500 attack, no defense. Each of the following effects once per turn. You can tribute one zombie, special one zombie with no defense from your deck. So basically it's Lone Fire Blossom, but for zombies with 0 defense. And then, upon being banished, you can target one of your banished Shiranuis that isn't the card itself, or up to 2 if Shiranui style synthesis exists. Special summon them. The infamous icon of zombies. Zombie Master. Level 4 Dark, 1800 attack, no defense. Once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target one level 4 or lower zombie monster in either graveyard, special summon that target. This monster must be face up at all times in order for its effects to work. Most cases, if you have Zombie World, this is the part where you literally can get any zombie from either graveyard, which is huge. Vampire Ghost is the real normal. Send Familiar, getting Scarlet Scourge, and Foolishing the Retainer. Retainer, send a ghost to Reborn. Retainer Spill Blood for Domination. Ghost Banish, pay 5 to tribute summon Scarlet Scourge. Reborn Familiar to get Vampire for the line. 1 set and pass. Argo Stars. This should be interesting. Set 4 and pass. Shiranui Solitaire. Zoma the Earthbound Spirit, free special. Shiranui Solitaire. Lightning Taidu, using the effect to discard 1 and special it as an effect monster. Then, let's see, you can add 1 Argo Stars card, monster / spell included, from deck to hand that isn't the card itself. And then Slayer Ito, no banished Argo Star yet. Getting Glorious Adra. That's already 1,000 loss right there for the field spell. Oh, and Shiranui Solitaire getting the Unizombie. Unizombie level modulate Familiar by sending Mizuki from hand to graveyard. Unizombie level modulate one more time by tossing out the Retainer. Mizuki banish. Target Reborn the Retainer. Spill Blood, get the domain. Shinkiro Shokunin 2. Skeletal Dragon Felgrand. Level 8 Zombie, for whatever reason may be, even though it has dragon in the name. Light, once again, for whatever the reason may be. Synchro Monster, 2800 both ways as a level 8. That takes 1 zombie tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters to make it. If this card is special summon, doesn't matter how it's special summon, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard, banish it. If a monster's more than 1 is special summoned from either graveyard, While this monster is on the field, outside of the damage step, you can target one other face-up monster anywhere on the field, negate its effects until the end of this turn. Pretty awesome zombie. Skeletal, Banish Zoma, Familiar, Send Ghost, Reborn it back, Spill Blood, Skeletal, Tidue, put it right back, getting Vampire Sorcerer, and of course, Vampire Sorcerer is one of those cards in case if I can't get the closing in games, Vampire's Domain is going to help me out with the extra summon just in case. Retainer, sending Fraulein, Spill Blood, Sorcerer, 8,200 total. Vampires, attack, and Domain, gain all of it back. Skeletal. Oh, hello? During your opponent's turn, if you control a continuous trap, you do. As a quick effect, you can banish this from hand, make the attack of one monster anywhere on the field become 0 until the end of this turn. And furthermore, changing the attack to 0 does not target. And it's a good thing we got domination since our turn 1 search. Negate, and Skeletal finishes it. And with this open hand, we all know what's up about Ash Blossom being one of the most popular hand traps ever. But in this particular build of Ash Blossom, she happens to be a zombie, especially the fact that Mizuki and or Gozuki can get things covered for the sake of the synchro climb or any other extra deck use. And of course, self-explanatory out of Ash Blossom. Real Normal, Shiranui Solitaire, Lonefire Blossom into Unizombie, Toss out Retainer, Retainer, send Void, Special, Spill Blood for Domination, send Necrowar Banshee, level modulate the Retainer twice, Necrowar Banshee banish, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Zombie World. Everybody on the field and graveyards become zombies. No one contributes summon monsters except zombie monsters. And oh! Baldrake catching me off guard, banishing my Void. Wow. 2 set and pass. Baldrake over Unizombie. Bestial Lubellion. Ash the Lubellion. Runic Allure. Dispelling. Free Special Hugin. If I recall, discard one. Okay, discarding Nib. Vampire Domination, since Retainer exists. Negate, kill the Hugin. Allure. Not so much out of Imperm. Put it right back. Flashing Fire. For the sake of Munin. Simplify game state. Kill off the familiar. Gain 1,000 life off from Munin. And then Bestial Runic Scoops. And last but not least, with this hand, a little bit awkward, but we'll get there. More Argo Stars. Getting Glorious Adra. Rio Normal. The lost out Glorious Adra, by the way. Imperm. Banish. Gets negated because of Imperm. And pass. Fuelos. Thrust. There's the Ash. Zombie World. Rio Normal. Retainer. Beat Stick for 1,200 and pass. Armed Rebellion. So let's see. Special 1 inset with 1,000 or less attack from hand or deck. Then, if you special from deck, send one monster you control to the graveyard. Also, you can't special for the rest of this turn after it resolves, except insets. Resonance Inset, E-Telly, Scent, search for Rapier. Rapier? I believe it's discard. Okay, so discard. That'll be the Godarla. Placing Battle Wasp, Wind, and special it. Wind for Twimbo. Twimbo, free special. Wind for Sting. Real normal Sting. Getting Pin. Rapier over Retainer. Simplified game state. Retainer. Send Familiar. Reborn it. Retainer for Desire. Familiar. Send its copy. Reborn it. Familiar for Scarlet Sketch. Desire. Toss out Void Fold. Real normal. Necrowar Banshee. Vampire Fascinator. Deco Talker Arrows. 2,400 attack as a lane 3 that takes 2 monsters, including a zombie, to make her. One of the most dastardly, deadly artworks in the game there is. First chance she's Link Shoken, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special it to your field in defense. Also, you can't special for the rest of this turn except zombies. You can tribute one vampire monster, self included, then target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. Each effect, a Vampire Fascinator, once per turn. Fascinator, take the Ash, tribute herself, take control of Rapier. Shoken, despite the fact that the 2 monsters have different levels, for the Dictator of the Fallen One. The Zombie Vampire. Rank 8 Dark Zombie XZ that takes 2 or more level 8 monsters in general to make them. 3,000 attack, 2800 defense. If you use a monsters, more than one, with a level that is owned by your opponent for the XZ summon of this card, treat it as a level 8. Same concept as Sheridan in terms of treating them as 6s. Now, as for the dictator of the Fallen One himself, no one can target this card within effects of special summon monsters except those summoned from the graveyard. Basically, any monster that's not reborn cannot target Zombie Vampire. You can detach one. Each player sends the top 4 cards from their deck to the graveyard. Then, if any monsters were hit to the graveyard or from this effect, you get to special one of those monsters to your field. And the detach effect is once per turn. Alright, Zombie Vampire, let's see what you can do. Grace for the line. Ghost. Battle Wasp Rapier. And Goalkeep Pole. Realistically, take the Goalkeep Pole because you definitely do not want your opponent to give the advantage up. Ghost, banish, tribute Zombie Vampire for a Scarlet Scourge, revive Grace, Exi Shokan, the Blue Blood, a Dampier Vampire Sheridan, send Sting, Sheridan, bring back Sting, Secret Effect for Vampire Void. If a monster's more than one is special summoned from your opponent's graveyard, you contribute 2 monsters, special this card from your graveyard. Whoa! Summoning animation. Grace with her own effect. When a level 5 or higher zombie is special to your field or from a zombie's effect while she's in a graveyard, you can pay 2,000 points, as in you're spilling way too much blood, special this card from your graveyard. Hard once on Vampire Grace. And of course, some vampires do have the declare 1 card type just to make your opponent foolish something of that card type. Link the 2 into Vampire Sucker, Goalkeep Pole, Void, negate the activation as it never happened, Sucker, Reborn the Fuelos, draw 1, Sucker over Fuelos, Void over Twimbo, and 1 set. Real normal pin, take 200, and pass. Sucker, Reborn Fuelos, draw 1, Real normal Necrowar Banshee, Flying Mary, whoa, bring back Void, Familiar, send Awakening to bring it back, not enough life because I'm too low, Flying Mary, Secret Effect. While this card is a continuous spell, target one level 5 or higher zombie you control. The resolution is, does not target, kill 1 monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. Spice. Not retainer. Familiar over pin. 16, 2800. Whoa! The Ice Goddess of a Demon, Yukiona, the Absolute Zero, Mayakashi. Link 4, middle left, middle right, bottom left, bottom right arrows. That it takes 2 or more zombie monsters in general to make her. 2900 attack. You can only control one Yukiona at a time. In terms of this card herself, this next effect is a devastating loss versus Banish dot decks. Negate any activated effects of your opponent's banished monsters. In other words, Yukiona sheer colds malice so bad. If a monster is special summoned from the graveyard or a monster effect is activated in the graveyard outside of the damage step, you can target one other face-up monster anywhere on the field, change its attack to 0, and if you do, negate its effects. You can only use this effect not once, but twice per turn. Talk about death-defying of a Link 4. And pass. Real normal Scout Buggy. Attempt. Imperm. Also turn off the wind. And with 200 life points left, what a miraculous comeback. Thank you guys for tuning in on this early night throughout the course of October. And let us keep on showing how insane and devastating vampires can really be.